Not sure which lens to invest in for wedding photography? Are you feeling overwhelmed by all the options and unsure which one will give you the best results? We're Trent and Jessie. We're a husband and wife photography team based in Brisbane, Australia. After shooting over 300 weddings, the 35mm is our go-to lens for nearly 90% of the day.
It's versatile, fast, and perfect for capturing everything from establishing shots to intimate portraits. In this video, we'll be sharing the biggest advantages of using a 35mm lens for wedding photography, and the reason why we love this particular lens so much, as well as some downsides. We've also put together a beginner's wedding photography gear list, which we'll tell you more about soon.
So after shooting over 300 weddings, why is a 35mm our most used lens? We use it for close to 90% of the day. First, let's talk about the focal length. The 35mm lens is a great perspective for a wide range of images. For us, we can shoot establishing shots of the venue all the way through to the ceremony, but also capture intimate portraits of our couples. It's also perfect for capturing the styling of a reception setup, as we can shoot a wide shot of the space, but then move into close detail shots. The 35mm lens is also wide, but not too wide. This balance allows you to capture images without the exaggerated perspective that can come from other wide lenses, making it ideal for group shots and portraits where you want to include the background. Another significant advantage is a minimal distortion. Unlike wider lenses that can cause distortion around the edges, the 35mm lens maintains a natural look, ensuring that faces and limbs don't become distorted. This is especially important for portraits where you want your couples to look their best.
We've covered some of the advantages of using a 35mm lens, but you might still be asking, is a 35mm lens really versatile enough to handle all the different moments at a wedding? Your job as a wedding photographer is to tell a story through images. And visual storytelling like this can be broken down into 3 types of images: wide, mid, and close. So keeping in mind this storytelling framework and considering the various scenes and moments you capture at a wedding, a 35mm lens is an ideal focal length to capture all the different moments that happen. For example, while shooting the prep time, you can shoot wide, mid, and close. For detail shots, you can shoot wide, mid, and close. During a ceremony, you can shoot wide, mid, and close. And don't forget the portraits. You can also shoot wide, mid, and close using a 35mm lens. This is why we love shooting with a 35mm so much. It really can be used in a variety of ways. A popular form of visual storytelling is taking a documentary approach. This is the idea that you as the photographer are a fly on the wall, capturing what's happening in front of you. A 35mm is great for this approach, as you can really immerse yourself and the viewer in a moment. When someone views the image, it's almost like they are pulled into that moment, because you can be nice and close to your subject, but still capture enough of the background to give context, and capture anything else happening in the scene.
But what about the variety of lighting scenarios, like dimly lit reception venues or dark rooms during prep time? One of the main reasons we love to shoot with prime lenses is that they are fast, meaning they have wider apertures like f1.4 or f1.8. You'll find that a lot of 35mm prime lenses feature these kind of apertures, so it's a great option for those weddings where you need to let in as much light as possible into your camera. With a 35mm lens set to f1.4 or f1.8, you can shoot at lower ISOs and still achieve well exposed images. Another significant advantage of these wide apertures is the ability to create a shallow depth of field. This means you can achieve beautiful creamy bokeh, which helps to isolate your subject from the background. This technique is especially useful during portrait sessions or detail shots.
The 35mm is great in a lot of different scenarios, but it's not perfect for everything. We touched on documentary storytelling and the way you can pull a viewer into a moment by getting in nice and close. But there are times when taking this approach may mean you interrupt a moment. This is when you might want to think about using a longer focal length, like a 50mm or an 85. With these longer focal lengths, you can stand further back from your subjects and let a moment play out in front of you without feeling like you are intruding. Sometimes having a longer focal length feels a little more intimate as you are focused in closer to your subject.
So, is a 35mm lens a good investment for someone just starting out with wedding photography? Well, yes. If you're just starting out in weddings and maybe you've got 1 or 2 zoom lenses, having a fast 35mm prime lens would be a great addition to your kit. After taking all these points into consideration, it really is such a versatile lens for so many moments throughout a wedding day. You don't even need to get the fastest, most expensive 35mm lens either. Most of the major camera manufacturers make an f1.8 version of the 35, which will save you money over the more expensive f1.4 versions. We actually have both Sony versions, and both lenses are great. The f1.8 version is smaller and lighter, which is another consideration when you're carrying them around on you for 8 to 10 hours or more.
So there you go. There are just a few reasons why we love the 35mm lens and why we think it's a great tool to have in your camera bag. If you are new to wedding photography and not sure what other gear you may need, we've put together a beginner's wedding photography gear list guide, which you can download for free via the link in the description.
A 35mm lens is just one piece of gear that you can have in your kit, but another piece of gear you should know how to use is your flash. And if that sounds daunting to you, check out this video here where we share 3 steps to getting the flash look. Thanks again for watching, we'll see you in the next video.